All right, guys. So today's episode on Project Vespa. Those are the oil cables from the reservoir that go to the carburetor and the oil pump inside of the CVT. So what we're doing is, man, what I read upon on these scooters, the oil pump on it likes to fail. So what happens is it doesn't receive oil and the motor seizes. So what I read is the best resolution for that is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be deleting the reservoir, the oil pump, we're deleting everything, and we're just gonna pre-mix. So we're gonna be running pre-mix, that's what we're doing. Let's get it. So you've seen the cables, here's the reservoir. All right, guys, so we just took care of that. I ran into a little issue where when I took the oil reservoir off, it wasn't turning on. I couldn't figure out why. So it turns out the top of the reservoir, there's a little plug-in, and when I disconnected, it wasn't turning on. I have no idea why it wasn't turning on. So what I did was I disconnected that little plug-in from the reservoir itself, and then I just zip tied it to the frame and it turned back on. So I have to keep that piece plugged in. But the reservoir is removed, the lines are removed, and now we're running pre-mix instead of relying on the oil reservoir and then the gear thing. So little by little, man, she's getting there. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 months she'll be painted. What I got coming up next is I got to figure out the fuel leak with the carburetor, and as well as I have to replace the rear shoe. Once we do all that, I'm gonna make videos as well as doing the variator and the clutch inside the CVT.